Hello everyone, my name is Yvonne Ben Kane with P&A Media. We are a platform mission at connecting African communities together here in Finland. And over here with me we have the chairman of the Ugandan Association, and he's the person of?
I'm Raymond Butera, the chairman of the Ugandan Community in Finland.
Yes, thank you Raymond, and you're welcome to our show today.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. So, Mr. Raymond, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the role you play within the Ugandan community here in Finland?
My wife is Finnish. We met in Uganda, and that is how I moved to Finland.
Okay.
I came earlier some years back, a couple of times, but officially I moved in Finland in 2014.
Okay.
And then that is how I got to get involved with the Ugandans who were living in Finland, and I found they already had an association, and I became active, and later I was chosen to be the chairperson of this association.
So how long have you been a chairman for the association?
It's coming now to 3 years.
2-3 years, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, I hear a lot of things going on within the Ugandan Association, a lot of good things happening, which we will be talking about very soon. So can you tell us about the Ugandan community here in Finland and the kind of services you offer in the association?
We don't have quite a very big number of Ugandans here in Finland. We are close to about 400 or less, but we have like active members within our association, like registered, about 125. But then we have more other members we interact together in the social events, but they are not officially registered.
Okay.
So the reason why we don't have so many members would be because we don't have like an embassy, a Finnish embassy in Uganda. So our embassy of Uganda is in Kenya.
Is in Kenya?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Finnish embassy that we use is in Kenya.
Okay.
So maybe that also can contribute to a small number of
Okay.
Ugandans in
Okay.
Finland. But even if we are few, we are actually closer, like
Yes.
a family.
There's unity in numbers, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So another question I have: what are the major needs and issues and problems facing the Ugandans here in Finland? What do you think are some of the needs and the issues, the problems? I don't know.
Just like any other person who moves to another country, our needs are almost similar. It's more access to services, opportunities, services like health, education, employment, opportunities like in finance, businesses. So basically, our needs are equally the same. There's nothing so special about us.
Okay.
But when you move to another country, normally you find there's something you miss a little bit, like how you've been home, like in the terms of integration, living in a different country where maybe you may not be very conversant with the language. So when you find your countrymen, you feel more closer, or you are together, and that's actually the core reason why an association like ours exists.
Yes, an association like yours. Next
Yes.
question, coming to that. So if I am a Ugandan coming new to Finland, why will I come, why will I join the Ugandan association? What benefits would I get from there? What kind of information would I get from there to help me integrate into the Finnish society?
The Finnish society is built in a little bit different from our African societies. In African societies, you find people living together. Like in a home, you find like you have more than 10 people living together.
Yeah.
Well, here the society is more of individuals, like 1 or 2 people in a house. We, as Africans, normally are not used to that kind of lifestyle. It normally creates also an element like of stress. So if you are with us, you feel at home. So that's one area which is provided within ourselves. And then on top of that, you can also get advices, help, directions, career guidance. It's quite a lot. I cannot say specifically this is what we do, but within our associating, you normally get help in different ways, depending on your needs and interests.
Okay. Thank you. So from your website, one of your aims has been to collaborate with related associations both in Finland and Uganda. have you been able to bridge that gap?
It has not been so easy because these are different societies. The Finnish society has its own culture, ways they do things, the language, dressing, everything is different. And Ugandan is the same. So you find quite a number of Finns or Finnish people do not know much about Uganda. And Uganda also does not know much about Finland. So we as Ugandans who have lived here in Finland, I think we have more opportunity to understand the Finnish people, and then also we are able to share that information to our Ugandans.
Okay.
Yeah, so we basically are in between two cultures.
Yeah. Okay.
And this also helps us in terms of doing, for those who are intending to visit, to do business, to do research, or whatever kind of visit they're going to do to Uganda. And also the Ugandans, when they come here, they also make us a contact in information in whatever areas they may want. But mostly we have been more into education, but now we are moving on into business. But at the same time, here in Finland, we are also showcasing our culture through music, food, dressing, and that's how we have been able to bridge.
I like that. It's kind of really colorful because, I mean, most of European countries know little about the cultures in Africa. So it's interesting how we use the exposed part of us, like, let's say, like you said, the food, our clothing, and our music, to kind of, like, educate them also about Africa. And yeah, I think that's
exactly.
That's
Actually,
really,
the truth is, most Europeans could actually be knowing more about our countries, even without stepping there.
Exactly, yeah.
But they get this through information, like in books, different newsletters or newspapers. But at the same time, you may not get the exact where it's very important for us, as they always say, that until the lion itself tells the tale, you may not know what went on with the fight. So it's up to us. When we come, actually, it may also change their mindset to understand exactly who we are. Because the media normally focuses mostly on negatives. But when somebody meets you and talks to you straight, then they will understand more about us.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like how the approach, the physical approach and the physical meeting of two people actually tell the main story of what it is, other than the hearsay. So, of course, like you just said, they hear the negative stuff about Africa, but once you meet the African themselves and then they show you who they truly are, who they truly represent, that gives a positive view.
And we cannot blame them for whatever negative has been going on, because normally when you critically look at news, news normally focuses on negatives.
On negatives, yes.
But then the real positives is what we provide.
Yes. Good talk. Okay, so one of the objectives of P&A Media is to connect African societies, African communities here in Finland through our content about what's going on in different organizations, what's going on in each other's organizations. Are you by any way able to connect with other African communities as well, associations and all that, and present your, let's say, your program to them so that they get involved as well?
We have been working closely with the East Africans. That is Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zambia. We have been close with them. But of course, as you know, Africa is so huge. You're talking of like about 53 countries. So most of the times the challenge will be that we don't have the contacts. We don't have like a media where we have like a central media where all the information is going through. But at least like recently when your chairperson, Ghana, came to our event, and then we got that contact, and now we are here. And I'm sure through this also we can contact more. So this could actually create a platform whereby we can have like a collective hub of sharing information, which would be very crucial for us all.
Okay, yeah, that's good. It's good to network amongst all the African associations. So we understand that one of your main aims in your organization or your association is to portray the culture and the image of Uganda to the world.
Exactly.
Yes. How have you, I'm sure it's the same with every other organization or association here in Finland as well, but how have you been able to portray that? What kind of programs have you been putting out and all that to help to portray all these?
As I said from the beginning, we have fashion, we have music, we have food. So all those are components that we are supposed to portray outside there to the Finnish society to know who we are. But on another hand, for example, like Uganda alone, Uganda is quite big.
Yeah.
We have like over 40 languages spoken, different cultures, different music. So it's a little bit complex, but there is some specific like cultures we normally like you find we are all close together. For example, like in Uganda, there are certain specific like dances that we have been able to portray outside there. We have been working sometimes back with Kaisa Culture Center. Uganda showcased its dance, and every year we also have Mai Matolasa, where we go and showcase food in the food stores, and we also had programs for children, only that at certain times we become very busy, but we are also trying to push them up.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Raymond. It's been really nice talking to you. We're just going to take a short break and we will continue shortly after we're back. And don't forget to subscribe to our page and also like our other social media platforms, which is PNA Media. See you soon.